Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment, where we love pop culture. Today, it's time for another movie look back. Now, my past two movie look backs, they've been duds, and that's putting it very nicely with I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, and of course, who could forget? Actually, let's really try to forget the Garbage Pail Kids, the movie. But today, the tide is actually gonna start turning as I go back to 1993 and I take a look back at the Super Mario Brothers live action movie. The movie stars Bob Hoskins as Mario, John Lequizamo as Luigi, Dennis Hopper as King Koopa, Samantha Mathis as Daisy, and was directed by Annabel, Jankel, and Rocky Morton. Now, we pretty much know that 65 million years ago, a meteor struck the Earth, and that's what caused the extinction of the dinosaurs, right? Well, maybe not so, because that meteor's impact was so intense that it actually sent some of these dinosaurs to an alternate dimension. Now, right off the top, we meet the Mario brothers, Mario and Luigi, but these plumbers, they're on really tough times. Luigi, he has no confidence in his plumbing ability, and there's actually a man in the mafia named Anthony Scapelli who's doing everything he can to run these plumbers out of business. Now, over time, the dinosaurs that got sent to this alternate dimension have actually evolved, taking on more of a human-like form, but still keeping some of their dinosaur characteristics. Now, Daisy, she's leading a group of researchers that's digging up dinosaur bones in Manhattan, but she's also being shook down by the mafia as well. And it's after a random interaction with Luigi. They have a nice conversation, and Luigi actually musters up the courage to ask her out on a date later that night. Now, after a very nice date, Luigi was walking Daisy home, but that's when the two noticed something very fishy was going on. Luigi went and grabbed his brother Mario, and the three of them went to go investigate. As they went down to the sewers down below, they realized it was being flooded and Daisy's dig site was being sabotaged. But as they're able to stop the flooding, the Mario brothers get knocked over the head, and Daisy is taken to another dimension. Now, after Daisy gets transported to this alternate dimension, we learn that Daisy is actually the long-lost princess of this dimension. And the real reason why King Koopa is after Daisy is that she wears a meteorite around her neck, which he believes if he has possession of it, he can merge the two dimensions together. Now, I can only imagine how difficult it was to take the premise of the Super Mario Brothers video game and actually turn it into a live action movie. Because let's be honest, the premise of the video game is very simple, but the movie creators, they actually did a really good job. They took the source material, they threw in some familiar things, and made it their own, all at the same time. Looking back on how they casted this movie back in 1993, you know what? I think they actually did a really good job. Bob Hoskins, he plays a really good Mario, and John Lequizamo as Luigi, he plays a slacker at the beginning, but as the movie evolves, so does his character, and he actually rises to fame as he gains confidence. And of course, let's talk about the bad guy, King Koopa, played by the original bad guy, one of my favorite bad guys of all time, Dennis Hopper. He plays such a bad guy in every movie. I really think it's in his DNA, and the same can be said here. Now, while he's gone on record saying that he really doesn't think he's that great as King Koopa, I actually think he's pretty damn good. He's a bad guy, of course, being very menacing, but at the same time, he's still funny and likable at the same time. Now, there are plenty of things going on in this movie that'll make you say, hey, that's pretty damn cool, as the movie throws out several Easter eggs, whether it's in the costume design or the set design, or heck, even if you listen closely, you'll hear some really cool sound effects that pay homage to the original source material. Now, do I recommend you guys checking out the Super Mario Brothers live action movie? Yes, I actually do. I didn't think I was actually going to recommend this movie, but rewatching it back in 2020, I actually had a lot of fun rewatching this movie, and I actually appreciate it for what the movie is. Now, unfortunately, there's not many options to check out this movie. I looked for it on streaming. I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked for it to rent. Couldn't find it anywhere. I actually had to go old school and get it from the Netflix DVD service. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give the Super Mario Brothers movie a 7.5. While it's definitely not one of the best movies ever made, it's definitely not one of the worst movies either. I actually had a lot of fun watching this movie. It's zany, it's goofy, it's off the wall, but that's what it's supposed to be, and I really do appreciate this movie for what it is. Now guys, I definitely recommend you giving the Super Mario Brothers movie another shot, especially if you watch it back in the 90s. Maybe us as younger kids, we really didn't get the movie, and maybe it wasn't the movie that we thought we wanted as kids, but here in 2020, I really did appreciate this movie for what the directors were going for. Now guys, have you seen the Super Mario Brothers movie anytime lately? Leave me a comment below and let me know your thoughts on what you thought of this movie. The movie lookbacks, they're not stopping here on Toned In Entertainment, especially when it comes to video game related movies, as I recently picked up the Double Dragon movie, and I can't wait to go back and rewatch this movie. I don't think I've watched it since it was on video cassette at Blockbuster Video. It's been that long, so I definitely am excited to check this one out. But first, coming up next is a movie that's full of action and adrenaline and non-stop thrills as I take a look back at The Rock. Now guys, make sure you subscribe here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.